is really, really great. ITculate. My name is Gadi Oren. I am the co-founder and CEO of ITculate, and tonight I'm going to be talking about cloud applications and management of cloud applications. Just to see a show of hands, does anybody here did not use a software application, a kind of a web or cloud application in the recent week? Anyone did not use? I'm assuming everybody did. Anyone here is actually working on a web application or cloud application, software as a service? Anyone? Okay, great. So, cloud applications of a medium size to large size, they have a very special set of issues related to them, and that's what ITculate is doing. So we found that today when companies manage medium or large size cloud applications, they run into a unique set of problems. I just highlighted here about two of those aspects of this problem. One is that there's many people that are working on cloud applications, and the knowledge is really distributed between a lot of people. There's different types of knowledge, and beyond that, just the application is so large that just people know pieces of it. And whenever you're trying to manage it, it could be releasing a new version or fixing something, troubleshooting something, security, any one of those things, you really need to bring a lot of people in the room and have them figure out what to do. That process is so difficult that in many cases, it's much easier to just throw resources at the problem. And by the way, nobody comes back later to collect those resources. So you're kind of slowly leaking money no matter what you're going to do. There's many aspects to this issue, but which we're not going to get into, but ITculate basically addresses this problem. So what do? We discover, at the very basic level, we discover continuously the topology of the cloud application and the architecture. Surprisingly enough, nobody does that, and it's very, very important. This is exactly what's missing and where people need to come together. We use that to create context for other activities that are done in the DevOps space, whether it's optimizing performance, optimizing cost, troubleshooting, any one of those things. And finally, we have developed a kind of a machine knowledge vertical type of a module that finds whenever something doesn't work right or can be optimized, and we will proactively help you proactively manage your environment so you're not leaving all those, you're not throwing resources at the problem, and if you did, you will pick them up. So let's go and look at the demo. Figure it out. Just hiding the mouse. Yeah. That is all the time. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So I'm going to start actually by talking about the last point. As you're going into the product, this is called the inbox, and this is where you're going to find all the messages about things that are abnormal and things that could be optimized. And we have just one example here. This is a database that is now starting to develop, you can see at the bottom, just starting to develop signs of stress, and at the same time it has too many connections. We have right here a very actionable recommendation. We're basically telling you what the problem is, and if you will change that machine to a larger type of machine, you're actually going to be okay. And you can act on it, and you'll probably be fine. But what you can do from that point is you can investigate further. And that's where the other points that I was mentioning earlier about context, that's where this comes in. So all of a sudden you get this picture. We are actually aware of the architecture, so we understand your application. And you can see that the database is right here. It's impacting, this is who's using it, this is the services. So there's going to be an upstream impact, and maybe even other branches are going to be impacted. What you could do at that point is it's very easy to navigate, and let's look, for example, what this is doing. Let's see if we can expand. We can look at the actual resources. There's a lot of them. We're going to close that. We can look at a different type of resource and opening so I can see what's here. Maybe I decided that this branch is no longer interesting. And at that point, I can come up with some pretty sophisticated things like, let's say this is a database and the other branch of the application, I think, might be impacted. So I'm going to look at additional metrics. For example, I'm looking at maybe CPU and maybe even networking, and I'm almost done here. And so I just right there, I brought up to the screen metrics that reside in a completely different place in the network, but related through the relationship of the application. And visually, I can tell you that something's going on there. So this is the beginning of a troubleshooting process, trying to understand what's going on. I'm kind of out of time in that sense, but I'll leave you with that. Having these type of tools, there's so much more in this product, but even just these two things really allow you to not have too many collaborations that are happening today on one hand, and on the other hand, really run a very tight ship and be able to optimize what's going on in terms of performance, in terms of cost, security, and other things. So with that, we can go to some questions. Yes.
Is this a B2B or a B2C product?
Okay, the question is this a B2B or B2C? This is a B2B. We are selling to other companies. Yes?
So I run a cloud infrastructure team. How much does this cost me?
Great question. This is priced, the pricing method is similar to other products in the, let's say, monitoring space, so it's going to be by host per month. Similar to Datadog or New Relic, things like that. Okay? Yes?
Is it specific to AWS or other platforms?
So, great question. Is it specific to AWS? The answer is, in general, no. Right now, yes, because we had to focus and start somewhere. But very, very soon, we will have other, probably Azure. Okay. One question?
Okay.
Yeah?
So the software does diagnosis, right? You can do diagnosis?
You can do that. You can also do diagnosis. You can also do other things, yes.
Okay. But, well, my main question is, can you do prognosis? So right now you deleted one of the nodes in your
Yep.
mesh. So can you estimate how the resources will be relocated along the new mesh?
Oh, so let me clarify on that. What you've seen is just visualization. I didn't actually change anything. Okay, so this is a tool that allows you to navigate. Imagine that this application you're seeing on the screen is actually behind it. There's probably about 500 individual resources, but they're grouped in a way that makes it easier for you to manage. And the tool is about allowing you to navigate. So you can do analysis or understand what's going on, but visualization is the first step of it. Okay? Yes?
What's the difference between you and your competitors like Datadog?
Okay, great. So we don't look at Datadog specifically as a competitor, and I'll explain why. There's two kind of approaches really to this. When you look at most of the solutions today on the market, they give you grassroots type of data. They give you thousands of metrics and time series and have at it. So that's what makes you bring the experts, because you need the people to understand what to look at. Now we're trying to do this exactly the opposite. Trying to look at what's natural to you. When you look at the environment, you're looking at your services and you say, oh, I'm going to drill in here, and you get to the place where you feel comfortable. That is completely opposite. So you're working in a different way, and the other companies do not have any notion of context. This is assumed that the people will bring the context. We do not assume that. We want to give people the context and help them. Okay? Yes?
Are you live now?
Pretty much yes. The product is GA. We're working with a few customers. We have a first paying customer is a very large security company here in Boston. So yes, you're welcome to. We would be very, very happy if you go in and actually try something. Yes. Anyone else? Great. So right now we are, as I said, we're launching. We would love to have as many people as possible come and try our product, and we're very, very excited about that. We're in the process of raising money, and we're excited.
Great.
Okay. Thank you.